It's 30 degrees out today. This is our coldest day in quite a while, probably in a year or more. And you know what our good doctor wants us to do? Yeah, my favorite doctor. She wants me to open the windows today and let the fresh air in for at least 10 minutes at a time, every couple of hours. Yeah, open the windows for some fresh air. 30 degrees out. And fuel oil is what, $3.70 a gallon? Isn't that just going to make us sicker if we open the windows out and let all the cold air in for 10 or 15 minutes and then close the windows and heat the house back up to 72 degrees? Well, I like it at 74 degrees personally. So isn't that change in temperature going to make me sick? Am I supposed to open the windows while I'm in the shower?
Regulated, not have fresh air coming in.
Yeah, and that's a great point. And there are things you can do to HVAC systems. And ASHRAE actually details out some of those recommendations, help with that outside air circulation. So it doesn't involve maintaining open windows during the winter. I've listed one here that might help. But even you don't have to keep windows and doors open for 2 hours straight. You could do 10 minutes.
I get that.
And then close them and then open them again in another hour or two for another 10 minutes. And that also helps. I mean, every little bit will help with that circulation of air without compromising the settings on your HVAC system or compromising the temperature that people experience.
Like I said, for people in their homes, it's easy to do. For commercial buildings, hospitals, schools, I just don't see how we're going to get there.
Yeah, it is more difficult, but obviously we're in a situation where we want to preserve our workforce and we want people to come to work that need to be there, and we want to maintain services in our community. And so these types of strategies do make an impact. And so, like I said, ASHRAE and this link has a variety of strategies that might be more appropriate for different types of central systems and different types of settings.
So many questions, so few answers. They think they have the answers, but they really don't. The narrative, it just keeps changing. Oh, well. What can you do but shake your head? All right, I am headed to the bank, and then I am on a mission to find the perfect phone holder to go in my skid loader. I've looked in one place already, no luck there. I want the perfect one, and that is going to be hard to find, I think, but I'm going to look. I don't know if all credit unions are the same, but the one that I deal with, it is just a painful process. Cedar Point Federal Credit Union is the one I deal with. I opened an account with them about a month before the pandemic started, so that was about 2 years ago. I was a little frustrated with the bank I had been using for umpteen years. So I moved a majority of my accounts to Cedar Point Federal Credit Union. Heard a lot of good things about them. Well, I should have known the account opening was painful. I should have known right then and there, and I should have just ran fast and got away from it. But I didn't. So moved most of my accounts there. And I'm glad that I did this right before the pandemic, as far as having a second choice in banks, mainly because of the coin shortage. So if I couldn't get coin at one bank, I could go to another bank and get coin for the business. So that part, yes, I needed. Everything with Cedar Point, as far as the transactions go, is just painful. One day I counted, I had a simple cash deposit. All I was doing was depositing cash into my checking account. I counted the teller click her mouse 20 times for a simple cash deposit. 20 times she clicked that mouse on different options on the screen. That's crazy. They must have an antiquated system that they're dealing with. Their turnover rate, their employee turnover rate seems to be quite high. So most of the time, they always want to see my ID. All I'm doing is making a deposit. Why do you need to see my ID to make a deposit? their receipts are difficult to read. God forbid if I am depositing a check that is from Cedar Point. So if a customer writes a check to me and that customer also has their account at Cedar Point, oh, that takes forever to make that deposit. I think they have to do 32 clicks on their mouse for that one. The last time I went in, this was about a month ago, I went into the bank. No masks had been required. Well, now all of a sudden masks are required inside of their building. Something to do with, because it's a federal building, Cedar Point Federal Credit Union, and because of the federal mandate in federal buildings for masks, I was required to wear a mask. So I haven't been back in over a month. I've just been taking my money to the other bank and depositing it since I kept the account there. So today I go to Cedar Point and I go through the drive-through, 2 simple deposits, but no, ask for my ID. I never give it to them. Oh yeah, they don't use deposit tickets. They give you a plastic card about the size of a credit card with your account number, and that's what you're supposed to give them. And then if you have a checking account and a savings account, they use the same account number, so then you have to distinguish between which account it goes in. It's a mess. Sometimes they screw up. I mainly put all of my money into the checking account because I'm constantly writing checks out of it. Sometimes they screw up and it goes in the savings account, even though I clearly state on the deposit slip it's for the checking account. Today I have checking deposit slips printed for the business. I hand that to her, and then she says, is this going in checking or savings? Well, you have a checking deposit slip right there. It clearly shows the number. I guess I need to understand their system better. So eventually I think I'm moving away from that bank. I have opened an account at a third bank now, so slowly transitioning to this third bank to do business with, and eventually I think I'll close down with Cedar Point. We'll see. I'm in the process of getting a loan through them, so I'll see how that goes with a business loan through them for a transaction we're trying to pursue here. So they may be able to redeem themselves with this loan process. So I'll see if I can keep you updated. Okay, one more comment about Cedar Point Federal Credit Union. What I have observed is they're not really geared for businesses. They're geared for the young person who has never been exposed to a bank or the financial world before. They're there to hold your hand and help you along the way. But for people who deal with banks all the time, and especially businesses, they're just, from what I can see, that's not their target audience. And so that apparently is me. I'm not their target audience. Okay, rant over. While I went to 5 stores, I did not find the perfect phone holder. What I did find is the perfect candy. Man, I love Lindt candy, and the darker the chocolate, the better. So I found 2 bags. Well, I got 2 bags. One of the dark chocolate, one sea salt. Finally, after the 5th store, I just said, well, I'm going to get something. I'm going to try this. What I've noticed with these 2-prong, will it stand up? With these 2-prong, it's hard. This one may be different, but the one I have in my other truck is just a holder on each side. It's hard to put the phone in with one hand. You need 2 hands to separate these to put the phone inside. This may be made differently. I don't know. I like the one in my John Deere tractor, which is a 3-prong, and that is easy to slip in and out with one hand, and adjustable. So this is what I've ended up with. It was one of the cheaper ones at $12, so I'll see if I can make this work. Otherwise, I'll have to go on the internet, and I just don't like internet shopping. I'd rather touch it and feel it in person, and buy it locally. All right, let's see if this will work. Hey, I may have actually found the perfect holder. Okay, I'm more of a right-handed person when I use the phone. The only reason I was looking at mounting it over here is because the charger outlet is right there. So it would be right near the phone. But if I mount it over here, I can still use the phone with my right hand and use my left hand for driving forward, reverse, all of that good stuff. This is actually a suction cup mount to go on the window, but I've never really been pleased with a suction cup mount in a tractor because of vibration. It tends to fall off of there. So what I'm going to do is get some Gorilla Glue, and I think I'm just going to glue it right here to the side. And I've got, you know, hold on. So if I glue it mount it right here to the side, you know, it's got enough flexibility and play in it. I can use the angle I want. I'm not one that uses my phone that much that the battery goes dead. I can usually get a full day out of a charge. But if all else fails, you know, I can still run the cord across here to plug it in temporarily, or I can get a longer cord. This is a 4-footer. If I get a 6-footer, I can then run it up and around here and back around here and under here to make it clean and neat. But, you know, other than snow, I won't be spending 8 hours a day in this thing. So I think I'm going to go find some glue and mount that baby right there. Yep, that looks good. I have, and it won't be well, here's this handle up here for getting in, this handle down here for closing the door, kind of right in the middle. I should be okay. Yep. And I have rewired my monitor here, so it is dead now. And if let's turn the wipers off. And if I hit the power button, you see it comes on. And hit the power button, and it goes off. Okay. Oh, but this is hot all the time, so I can't leave my charger plugged in. That'll be enough to drain the battery, probably. All right, find some glue and mount that up there like that. And then let me show you what I did on the camera back here. I really was not a fan of drilling holes through here. So I used the 3M tape that was sent to me with the camera and just mounted it up there. And I ran the cord through the weather stripping here. I put a piece of Gorilla Tape right there where it goes through so it doesn't chafe on that spot. Was that too close? You couldn't see? So a piece of Gorilla Tape there, ran it around through here, and then I put Gorilla Tape. Hey, as you can see, I'm a fan of Gorilla Tape. I put Gorilla Tape to hold this weather stripping back on there. Got my bundle tied up there. If the tape happens to fail because of vibration, I'm not going to lose the camera. This cord is going to then hold the camera from falling completely and me running over top of it, and I've got it all tied up there. So I do like the way that mounted up there. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I may have to go to my local hardware store for some, I have Gorilla Glue here. Look at that. I wonder if it's any good. I'll put it in front of the heat for a little bit, warm it up, and then I can mount that. All right, so I said I was looking for the perfect holder. This one may be okay. I think based on the design of it, I can put it down in there with one hand and pull it out. These things are adjustable here, but because of the angle that they come in there, it holds the phone from falling out this way. So yeah, that looks like a one-handed operation. Yeah, for $12 we'll give it a try, see what happens. And this is adjustable, so if it gets in my way inside of there, I can pull that part out of there and then just leave this mounted if need be. Okay, so far my thoughts on the buyers. So this is the same manufacturer for the salt spreader that I have. So for the buyer's camera, you know, a remote kind of seems useless when you're mounting this in an automobile, or in my case a skid steer. I'm not really sure why you would need a remote for these things, but anyhow, it comes with a remote. If you're trying to mount this within your dash, you know, they do give you this plastic piece here that you can cut a hole in your dash and put that monitor in and mount it up in there. What is this? I'm not sure what this bracket is. This was the metal bracket that was on there. So again, 2 bolts in a dash, and then you have some adjustability there. I use the ball mount bracket that came with it. I'm not sure. Let's see, does this... It doesn't fit in there. Huh. Let me see. Did this tell me what that is all about? Oh, okay. Now I see. This is a sunshade to go over the monitor if you have a problem with the sun coming in. Where I have mine mounted, that won't be an issue because I've got it up high. But if you've got a problem with sun coming in and putting a glare on there, that is what this is for. The monitor also has volume with it, so I don't think the camera that comes with it has volume. I don't think it can pick up sound on it, but apparently you can pick up sound, get a camera that picks up sound and have volume inside. So we'll see what the longevity of this is. I'm anxious to see the vibration from the machine, how the camera holds up and how that does. As I said earlier, you can expand. It has capability for 3 cameras. It has the capability when you wire it, if you want to wire for a certain camera to come on when it goes in reverse, you can do that. I think the suggestion in the book was if you have 3 cameras, 1 on each side, 1 in the back, when you put your turn signal on to the left, you can have that camera pop up, whatever camera you have on the left, same thing on the right. So it has triggers on there to activate whichever camera you would like activated based on your trigger function for that. So, okay, I think that's it. I've got the glue warming up. Well, the heat is going off now. I'm gonna glue this in there, and we're ready for the next snowstorm, which appears it's a possibility this weekend, Saturday, Sunday. It looks like there's a possibility. Now, today is Tuesday, so that forecast can change quite a bit. But I've got it all ready. Oh yeah, on Thursday this week, I've got another boat to move. So I'm not putting the plow on the 7140 just yet. I need to get this boat moved. This one's going to be a little bit of a challenge. 16 feet wide. I'm not concerned about that, but the height of it is over 14 feet. Plus, when you sit it on the trailer, the closest we can get it is probably 12 inches off the ground. So that's going to put us at about 15 feet. So we're probably going to be trimming some trees. Hold on. It looks like we're going to have to trim some trees. We may have to keep somebody on top of the boat to move some wires up to get us through. We're only moving it about 3 miles. I'm gonna ride the route probably tomorrow to see how many wires we've got. I don't think we have many wires to contend with, and if we do, it's only going to be a cable or a telephone wire. So we can get on there with a stick or a broom and just lift the wires up to get the boat underneath of there. And I think he mentioned something about he would have to remove a radar antenna or something, do some disassembly there. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get this one right, but that's on Thursday. Hopefully I'll remember to charge the cameras and we can get some footage of this. So then after that, I can put the plow on the other tractor and we'll have everything ready to go for this snowstorm if it's going to happen MLK weekend. Okay. Glue, and then I've got a few small odd jobs that isn't worth turning the camera on for, so I'm saying see ya. That was harder than it should have been, but I got it.